Welcome everybody to our summer meeting, our July meeting for 2022. And so just so you know, we've got two featured readers for today. And a heads up to Lesley, you're going to go first in case you weren't told that by anybody. And then we're going to talk about the Highbund contest winners. And then we're going to go to Patrick. And then after Patrick, we have some announcements, a bunch of different things going on. And then do you want to do a group reading around after that, Sue? So then a group reading, and then that will pretty much be the meeting. And we can visit or you can leave if you're ready to go off and enjoy your Sunday. So let me start with introducing Lesley to you. So Lesley Ann Swanson strives to write musically, often on themes that affect the various places she's lived: California, New Mexico, Texas, Pennsylvania, and Washington State. Baseball, she's a Red Sox fan. Nature and the universe writ large are her forte, along with the Ray Sinew style. She's always been a wordsmith, from the newspaper reporter and book editor at first, then a psychologist who worked with children, mostly those on the autistic spectrum. She has a long-haired orange cat, a delightful daughter, and many battered and burned kitchen pots. Her poems have appeared in the pages of The Usual Suspects, The Heron's Nest, Modern Haiku, Bowles Rocket, Frog Pond, Gus, Ribbons, Cattails, Mariposa, and Tiny Words. She's won awards for haiku, tanka, and haibun, but has no website, no book to sell, just words to share. So I'll turn it over to her now.
Thanks, Gary. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. I'm absolutely thrilled and rather overwhelmed, I have to say, at this opportunity to read for you all today. My deepest thanks to the board and especially Sue for this invitation. It's been wonderful, I must say, for me to be able to put faces to names I'm so familiar with across the continent, all because of COVID and Zoom. So thanks for everyone. Why HPNC, you may be wondering. I understand it's international, there are many time zones involved, but still it's Haiku Poets of Northern California. And a brief introduction may be in order here, since you mostly know each other, but you don't know me. I was raised in the heart of the peninsula, in a suburb where a one-block walk from the house in Sunnyvale took me to either Cupertino or Los Altos. Yes, there is such a corner. Jobs in Wozniak, went to my high school. I come from a family of Swedish immigrants. All four grandparents were born there and settled in Minneapolis. My daughter's from China, my husband from Kansas, and I've traveled around a bit, as Gary said, loving Puget Sound and the Southwest, but ended up in Pennsylvania. So I've only met one of you in person, and that's Sherry, who read for you last time. Like some of you, I began by writing 5 lines down, then moved to haiku. So I'll read some of each form today, some one-liners, which I love, some 3-liners, some 5-liners. Some I'll read twice, mostly just once. There will be blizzards, pink hair, baseball, and of course the moon. So, ready? Here we go. Here are 5 lines to set the mood. Empty park bench. I join them there. Issa, Basho, and Santoka. The 4 of us carousing under a sake-soaked moon. Can't tell, but I hope you're smiling at my impertinence. A few nature haiku to begin. Many of you are featured in Alan Burns' anthology, Where the River Goes. You know who you are, and this is the one volume that started me on my haiku journey and that inspires me still. Early June, the elusive scent of a rose named Peace. Snowbound, down to the last cup of birdseed. Misty drizzle, the plover's footprints becoming sand. Misty drizzle, the plover's footprints becoming sand. First day of May, the woodchuck's cheek full of flowers. That's Pennsylvania. Heirloom grain, we share the last slice of buttermilk rye. Heirloom grain, we share the last slice of buttermilk rye. Annuals or perennials, the choices we make. Sunset, the garden spider wraps up dinner. Dry rattle of rain sticks under a cloudless sky, cicada shells. Blizzard conditions, signs of life in the bread dough. Blizzard conditions, signs of life in the bread dough. Abalone shell in my hand, the sunset's afterglow. Abalone shell in my hand, the sunset's afterglow. Next, a few monoku. Cactus blossoms, holding on to hope. The first crocus, humming Vivaldi. The first crocus, humming Vivaldi. Sudden rain, the night heron turns to rock. First bird of the new year, a squirrel. First bird of the new year, a squirrel. Honey cool melon, tasting of 100 hives. Honey cool melon, tasting of 100 hives. My cat's soft fur, soft purr, soft ashes. Crossing the double yellow line, shadows of redwoods. Stars shine asterisks on the day. Stars shine asterisks on the day. Next, a few haikus celebrating that national pastime, baseball. I'm a Red Sox fan, as you know, and that's the scoreboard on Fenway on the cover, on Core's book. More losses than wins. The manager's stubble grows longer. Ichiro doffs his cap. No translation needed. Ichiro doffs his cap. No translation needed. Muttering thunder, the manager strides toward the mound. Long slump, his walk-on song off-key. Long slump, his walk-on song off-key. Night game, shadows, steal from first to second. Night game, shadows, steal from first to second. Switching gears, here are a few of my 5-line poems. Somewhere Here among these notebooks, a roadmap leading to a poem. I think we've all been there. I wrote the next one for my daughter and all other Asian immigrants. Green tea, black coffee, the two sides of me, but just one cup. Green tea, black coffee, the two sides of me, but just one cup. Here's one for those of you who live near a fault line, likely the San Andreas. Astride a fault line in the bay, a sea star, one small splice in this fractured world. Astride a fault line in the bay, a sea star, one small splice in this fractured world. And the moon's thin smile as I begin to write grows wider when I think of you. Her to-do list so much longer than mine. Here I sit, biting an apple down to the core. Her to-do list so much longer than mine. Here I sit, biting an apple down to the core. My father never met my daughter, but when I read aloud to her, he comes to sit beside us. Here's one written for a friend whose mother fled Ukraine as a small child over a century ago. Gold coins sewn in her worn coat. A child no one notices, bound for a new life. Perhaps you know someone with a child on the spectrum. This child, autistic, kicks a hole, cratering the door. I pull another splinter from my dream. This child, autistic, kicks a hole, cratering the door. I pull another splinter from my dream. Still with me, I hope. I'll take you back to haiku now. Supernova, the years it took me to see the light. Supernova, the years it took me to see the light. Empty park bench. I walk to keep it company. That old tune, knots in my shoelace coming loose. That old tune, knots in my shoelace coming loose. Fog clinging to the hills, the dresses I never wear. Seed catalog, wanting to believe in promises. Seed catalog, wanting to believe in promises. Ordinary morning. The cat grooming anyway. Ordinary morning. The cat grooming anyway. The sharp pop of cooling lids, prickly pear jam. delicious if you haven't tasted it. I've made it. Express takeout all the way home. Nothing but red lights. Express takeout all the way home. Nothing but red lights. Bent out of shape and out of sorts today. Corkscrew willow twigs. Bent out of shape and out of sorts today. Corkscrew willow twigs. Quantum jitters. These random social interactions. Quantum jitters, these random social interactions. Wedged between my pencil and the paper, a black hole. New love, opening a jar of artichoke hearts. That girl with the pink hair flirting again. Cherry blossom. Had to have one of those. That girl with the pink hair flirting again. Cherry blossoms. My phone on silence. Bird call. My phone on silence. Bird call. I'll end with one of each, a tanka and a monoku. Rain shine on the pavement. I walk shimmering among galaxies. Rain shine on the pavement. I walk shimmering among galaxies. Sliding through the yellow light, blue sky. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you. Thank you.
That's wonderful, Lesley. Thank you so, so much.
Thanks, Sue.
Yes, thank you so much for reading for us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Gary. It was great. An honor.